Hey everyone, it's Epic Underworlds, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you all 61 cards for my Frozen War expansion, which is for Epic Underworlds 2.0. This is a trading card game that I am still working on. It's not my newest one, but I do need to show you guys all the cards for each of the sets, so I thought I'd start off with the expansion set because it's the smallest. There's only 61 cards in this set, but it still introduced quite a few fun archetypes when that set first came out. I remember doing a lot of fun play testing with the Snowman archetype and this Icicle archetype. So there's a lot of good cards, and the only problem is when I ordered this off the Game Crafter, I ordered every card in every set. I forgot to include Splinter Sply, which just so happens to be my favorite card. So that's card number 20, but I am missing that card in this set. So that you can go check that card out on my Discord server, link in the description. But anyways, let's get right into it. Starting off with card number 1, Icicle Lawyer, which is the first card in the Icicle archetype. Then I have Icicle Warrior, followed by, here, I'm going to hold this, followed by Icicle Archer, which the Icicle archetype ended up not being really that good. I remember only winning like maybe one match with them, but they were really not that powerful. So it's good I did a lot of experimenting with different archetypes. Then we have Icicle Overlord, Icicle Staff, and Icicle Rain. Next, we have the Snowman archetype, which ended up being a really big hit. A lot of people liked the Snowman. I remember building my Snowbound Snowman deck, and it ended up winning me quite a few matches. We got Snowman Warrior, Snowman Defender, Snowman Sniper, and then we got Snowball Strike, Frozen Fortress, which you can combo this card really well with Shock Staff, and it's a really broken combo. It's not that broken, but it's pretty powerful. Then we have two cards that were never used. I feel like whenever I make epic rares, when I was first starting out with the game, nobody ever used them because they were so bad. We have Still Face the Whale, which would combo with Ditten the Whale Beast. And yeah, these two cards were literally never used. Then we got a full art Frozen Spike Serpent. I wasn't the best at making full arts, as you can see, but I still think he's pretty cool. Then you have regular Frozen Spike Serpent, Merciless Yeti, the Frozen Trio, which I think was going to be a really good card, but not many people used them. Ancient Sea Serpent, which also was never used. As you can see, a lot of these cards were never used. I just don't think this expansion itself wasn't that powerful. When it first came out, it was, but yeah, it did not have the best cards. The other epic rare was never used again, of course. Protector of the Deep, Frozen Zardfish. Bitter Mechanical Dragon was actually used in quite a few decks, the Frostbite Drain decks, I believe, because this expansion introduced the keyword Frostbite, which basically, when one of your opponent's cards had Frostbite, they would basically lose one of their lives each turn. We have Prison Shank, which was actually a really good card. It's still a good card. Spiky Star Orb, kind of just a filler card. Super Sickle, Sickle Skates, Arctic Arrow, which was pretty powerful when it first came out. Spearfishing. It says when played, gain 1 point for every train card currently in play, but train cards aren't really used that much. But if someone somehow finds like once there's a card that says put in a terrain card in your opponent's train slot, this card might actually be used. Frostbite. Frozen in Time, we got Tasmi right there. He likes to appear in quite a few different artworks. And there he is again. This launch time I actually used quite a bit. I really like this card. It's if your opponent has two copies of the same card currently in play, destroy both of them. It's really fun and satisfying when you pull it off. And then we got Arctic Hammer, which was semi-used. Basically just stops comeback cards. Climbing Pick was never really used. Mount Telot, I think it's a little too expensive. We got Echo, which was the other terrain of the set. Once per turn, if you have 0 creatures in play at the end of the turn, gain 1 point. So I guess you could build a whole deck around this card. Frozen Mudscar, Cold-Hearted Tasmi, Frozen Spikeladon, Droplet Scout. Of course, we got to have this guy appearing in the TCG. One of my classic characters. Pango Samurai. I use him in my Samurai decks. Unknown Ice Wizard. Serial Killer, which is actually a really good card. If your opponent is using a spam deck, if you ever want to, if Epic Underworlds ever gets a sideboard, you should definitely put that card in your sideboard. Society, a very interesting artwork. Kill target creature on your side of the field. Moon Sword Samurai, which is the cover card of the set. I really enjoyed making his artwork. I think just a lot of samurais look really good in the game. Frozen Spearman, which this got a lot of play by Stranded TCG, who built the Reach Point spam deck. Frozen Sludge, Grip Master, Frozen Beard Dragon. This is a card by Quack Quack, and each time this card gets Frostbite, whilst this card is in play, gain 1 point. You can build a whole... I actually tried building a whole deck around that card. Frozen Bacteria, Frozen Log Warrior, which literally got no play at all, like 0. Same with a few other cards. Dilo the Feared, actually pretty fun. If this card is played on the first round of the game, you may summon a 1/1 token creature. So it's pretty good if you run 3 copies of it. A Dark Curse. This is such a good card because it's got an awesome artwork. We got Potato from Habelscrone's games being scared by this guy, who's also being scared by this guy. So I think that's a pretty interesting card. I don't even know if anyone's ever used this. It says target creature now has its life total at 1. Yeah, so not really good. If I was going to use this card, which I would instead replace it with Slice and Dice. But it's got some lore. Pat Ato has a deep and dark curse that has yet to be revealed. Character by Habelscrones. Then we have the fan favorite, the myth, the man, the myth, the legend, Icicle Man himself, who has brought on a massive legacy, also created by Habelscrones and added to my game. He's a public domain character, so if you're watching this video and you want to add Icicle Man to your game, do it. And yeah, he's not that good in this set, but he's still really cool. I know that King Froggy runs him in his deck just because he likes him so much. And then we have my ugliest card ever, Justice Served. I like the art itself, but what was I thinking with the background? Like, no offense, but geez. And then the ability says target creature's opponent's discard pile is sent to its underworld. So yeah. Welcoming Fire, it's a decent draw support card that literally only I use. Scarden Mech, Pilto Mech. So I guess we do have a few mechs. And then Stranded made the final card of the set, but I ended up fixing one card, so I added another. But this was supposed to be the final card number 60, the end of winter. So it's kind of fitting because as the Frozen War ends, then we get this card to end the set. No one's really ever used him, but it's a really awesome artwork, and I'm glad I have another card by Stranded in the game. Then last one is Ice Fishing, which is a decent removal spell, but no one really uses it because it's so gamble based, which I definitely recommend don't adding cards like that to your game unless they're actually good. So yeah, those were all 61 cards in Frozen War expansion. Comment down below what your favorite one was, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.